when I'm sleep deprived, I crave carbs and sugar. And I think my most unhealthy days are the days where I'm sleep deprived due to something.
If India wants to beat the temptation of junk food, all you have to do is sleep 7 to 8 hours for 45 days continuously and tell me if your junk food craving stops or not.
Wow, I think this is the takeaway that everyone needs because we all know it's bad, but then there are cravings, and we're sort of stuck in that cycle, vicious cycle of what to do and how to get out. And the solution is so
Sleep is the
simple.
new diet, in my opinion. Saloni, did you know that there was this study in Uppsala University in the Scandinavian countries where they fed people junk food and saw how it affected their sleep? And they found no difference in it affecting the sleep. So Saturday, Sunday, you go eat your junk food. It doesn't affect the duration of your sleep. You'll go to sleep on Sunday night, you'll sleep. You'll go to sleep on Monday night, you'll sleep. You ate junk food Saturday, Sunday. When I read the study, I went in a little deeper as a sports nutritionist. What caught my attention, and I went, whoa! People should not eat junk food on Saturday and Sunday when they have to be very creative on Monday and Tuesday. Why? When you eat junk food, apparently the quality of sleep, so you have the light sleep, you have the REM sleep, and you have the deep sleep, the sine wave sleep. The SWS sleep happens in the first 3 hours of the night. When you eat junk food or you consume alcohol, you miss out on your SWS sleep, which is a sine wave sleep. On sleep studies conducted, they found out the longer your SWS sleep, the greater is the secretion of growth hormone, which has an impact on your stem cells. What are stem cells? Snow White. Snow White meaning beauty. You know, they say, did you get your beauty sleep? Eating junk food, drinking alcohol, India, on a Saturday, Sunday, don't get you to become beautiful on Monday and Tuesday in the figurative and every sense that I'm saying it. So guess what? I do my cheat meal the day before my legs on Friday or Thursday because I know I'm going to burn that off. I know my sleep's going to get affected, but Saturday, Sunday, I get my beauty sleep. So this is very, very important.
And I think there's this huge weekend culture where people, I mean, I personally, I think I'm quite healthy Monday to Friday. It's the Saturday and Sunday where things go haywired.
I'd like to paint a picture for you, Saloni, and you'll remember me every time you go out partying on Saturday, Sunday. You are a Rolls Royce. You can't change this Rolls Royce. Your dealer from where you bought your Rolls Royce has said, Madam, this is the most expensive vehicle on the planet. You own it. You are the driver, you are the landlord. Please do not take it off-roading. Saloni is like, yes, sir, I will not take it off-roading. It's the best vehicle in the world. Guess what, Saloni? On Saturday, Sunday, you decide to go off-roading. The car is really good. It'll survive 1, 2, 3 decades. Fourth decade, you take it into the dealership. Madam Saloni, you've been off-roading quite a lot. The left bearing is not working well. The pistons have gone. The fuel lines are not working well. Shock absorbers are gone. Right? Right? Saloni, you're supposed to carry only 4 people in this car. You're kind of carrying like 100 people in this car. What's with the weight load? Why is your shock absorber broken? Are you driving off-roading too much? Eating badly, not respecting the most expensive vehicle you have, is the thought process that on one hand, I am, let's say, an advocate telling you, please eat healthy. On the other side, there's an advocate, Saloni. You have worked really hard Monday to Friday. It is your God-given right to party and revelry and put all the good quality, obnoxious material so that you have brain pleasure, but your body is crying on Saturday and Sunday. So for me, when the alcohol industry, the food industry, they talk about your health, wine is never good for your health. That was just them trying to market it. People come in and say, this food is good for your health. Like recently, there was somebody saying that, could you promote quinoa as a higher protein grain? I'm like, it's quinoa, right? Rice is rice, quinoa is rice. They are all vehicles for me. One may be better than the other. But to tell a person that this is going to cure your disease, I think what people need to do is just come back to the essence of, can I just respect what I put in my body? And one teenage girl gave me the most beautiful line ever. She said, and she calls me Uncle Ryan. She's been with me from like a small kid. Uncle Ryan, I just say this to when the plate is put on for me. Are you worthy to enter my body? I was like, that's the most powerful thing a teenager could ever tell me. So when you make those decisions about food, when you're placing the order, like for today, I am not having a lunch. Why am I not having a lunch? Because when the lunch comes and I'm not in control of that ordering, I am now suspecting that lunch is it worthy to enter my body? Now you may argue with me saying that no, but you've been here since morning and it's lunchtime. I'm like, the human race anyways eats too much. I can hold off for another 4 hours. I missed a meal. It was like me and you living in ancient times, and we didn't have a supermarket. We didn't have the e-commerce apps. We didn't have home delivery. We didn't have dabas. We didn't have restaurants. We just sat in a field and watched the crows. Okay, today there's no food. Right? So, yes, it does sound boring, but I sit on the other side of fence where cancer patients walk into my clinic. Obese people with bariatric surgery walk into my clinic. Breast cancer people walk into my clinic. Diabetes dime by dozen walk into my clinic. BP and hypertension is like, it's like the bacteria in the human body. There are that many people having BP and hypertension. Skin problems. Skin problems are so rampant in our country that it's not funny. The younger generation has got so much of skin problems and they are in denial. Men are getting bald at younger ages. You walk into any, I do a lot of people watching. So if I go to a mall, my wife will go into a shop. I'll stand on the glass rail in the mall and I'll look down, and you'll see the youngsters getting bald now.
You know what is the average age of a Traya customer?
Not really.
27.
No, 27. I would have expected 37. And that's where diet plays a key role, because you're studying hard, working hard, landing that super job, working really hard in that job, but putting anything into your body. And that's affecting your skin, affecting your hair. But I hope that the message gets out that I'm not against food. I'd eat a packet of Lay's every now and then. I'd have a single malt every now and then. But the number of incidences of exposure are controlled by me. Because on the other side, when I take my father to the hospital, he didn't have Google and the awareness or Ryan Fernando to educate him about what to eat, when to eat, and how much to eat.
So, Ryan, I understand that one should eat less and eat less number of times, but sometimes you feel hungry in between. And for me, that's 5 o'clock in the evening, where it's still not dinner time, but I'm hungry at work. And that's when I make my mistakes. Um, can there be better alternatives to snacking?
So, snacking basically means you are hungry. Why are you hungry at around 5 o'clock? Because evolution has made you in such a way that you eat before sundown. Because when we did not have electricity, you didn't go hunting for your food. You stayed within the enclave of your village. Otherwise, the hunter became hunted in the darkness. So we in India now eat very late. Stomach is still on the old evolutionary cycle. So eating at 5 o'clock means India needs to be far more cautious. Because at that time, you're at office, you're at the end of a day, you feel it's your God-given right to reward yourself. You're earning a little bit of money. You have the e-commerce apps. You can press a button and get samosa, batata vada, kachori, jalmuri. You can get chuda. You can get all the possible sinful snacks, and the portions that are being sent to you are gigantic. What I normally advise my client to do at this point is have green tea, chamomile tea, and I do a trail mix. Salted pistachio with some raisins. So you get the salt and you get the sweet. and you pack it in a Ziploc and take it to your work, because then you're portion control. Because like if you keep the whole trail mix, which is sold in 200-gram packets, and you're on a stressful day, you'll eat just more than you really require, which is actually 5 days requirement. I always tell people 1 hour of walking is 180 calories. An average 5 p.m. snack is 300 to 400 calories. So you lose the battle in weight loss or healthy weight because of this 5 p.m. snacking. Now people say, oh, I've got this craving, I have this and that. What is craving, Saloni? Craving is, if you and I existed 10,000 years ago, if we got a craving, we'd eat dirt or we'd eat fruits. Sweet craving. Sweet in that time was only a fruit. So you'd go on hunting for a mango tree. Oh, eat mangoes. Got your load of vitamin and minerals for 3 months, and hopefully it would sustain you for 2-3 months. In today's day and age, the breakfast, lunch, and dinner that we're eating is nutritionally deficient, either because of your choice of food or the farming practices on how it is grown. And so the nutrient density quality is gone for a toss. So your body is already on the back foot. And then you have these stress markers coming in, which is your brain activating at high frequency. This is multitasking and all. So you're going to consume a lot of glucose. So if you've eaten a meal at 3 o'clock, then within 3 hours, it's going to digest out. The brain's going to be like, this person's brain requires constant glucose. Please get me more food. Sugar craving. And finally, I remember watching a documentary on Animal Planet. They showed these leaf cutting ants. And these leaf cutting ants would cut up the leaves and take it into the hive, and the fungus would grow on top of the leaf, and the ants would eat a certain molecule released by the fungus, which made them very happy. Now, in the human body, when we take too much of sugar, imagine that sugar going into your gut and growing fungus inside. And the fungus releases a certain molecule that tells your brain, bhai, sugar bej do, sugar bej do. Sugar comes in. So our snacking is an addiction, good wallet purchasing capacity. I am entitled to press any button on an e-commerce app, and I'm unaware of any nutritional deficiencies that I may have. Now you slice all of this together, it's one major addictive problem. And the solution is to tell a person how, have a trail mix. Not easy. Starts in psychology, moves into physiology. So I think when people are snacking, the only thing they can do is drink more water, electrolytes, check for magnesium deficiency, check for insulin resistance, and have a goal that is more powerful than your taste buds. So like an Amir Khan, a Shahid Kapoor, a Anushka Sharma, they're going to be shooting on a set like this. They're going to be craving something at the same time, but they know tomorrow they need to be presentable in front of the camera, and not tomorrow, for the next 15, 20 years. So they will do the right thing.